Hey, what's going on to you, Capricorns? You have the Page of Swords, the Knight of Cups. So, right, and then you have the Moon, okay? So, all right, so let's break this down. So the Page of Swords is all about the wishy-washiness that you have, a lot of you Capricorns have had to experience. The wishy-washiness, the not necessarily knowing whether or not they're coming or going. And you're kind of left a little bit unsure within the past couple of weeks as to what it is that you, it's my dog over there, but as to what it is that you want to do. But you know that you don't want to be confused. You know that you knew that you didn't want to be confused. You knew that you ain't want to have to put up with this, right? Every time you interact with somebody romantically, it just seems like there's no real specific plan. There's no real any kind of purpose, no kind of understanding where it is that you're going, direction. And because of it, right, within the past couple of weeks, I want to say within 2 to 3 weeks, you've kind of figured things out for yourself, because you've got yourself out of a relationship or out of something with some that could have been something. But now you're finding out a little bit more about what you do want. This is all, the Knight of Cups is also, the Knight of Cups is also about how, and you know that you don't like indecisive people. And that goes on both sides, because either side that we're talking about, depending on the situation, can be very indecisive. And grown people who know what it is that they want, there really is no need for this. There really is no need for this. There really is no need for this stupid indecisiveness in the first place. And the thing about it is, I'm trying to see if my dog is looking at a ghost or a spirit or something like that. But anyway, so the situation with that is that's what it is I'm trying to say. You Capricorns know good and well that you don't want to have to be around somebody that doesn't know what, like I said, is a choosy Susie. It's a person that is all over the place. They don't know where it is that they're going. They don't know what it is that they want. And they constantly are bouncing, back and forth. They confused. And I don't necessarily mean confused like that, as far as switching teams, if you know what I mean. I mean confused in the sense of like, they're just constantly, like, they're constantly giving you mixed signals. It's like, they're willing to go out on a date with you and talk to you about, what it is that they want. But then at the same time, it's like, oh, we're not in a relationship. And when you have that kind of confusion, that just means that it's time for you to bounce. But you Capricorns, you now know that you don't want anyone like this. You don't want anyone that you go out with to act like they don't have an understanding. And even if you do, where it's not anything too serious, the two of y'all are not really trying to get to know each other, you Capricorns know that one thing that you want to be able to do is you want to at the very least be in on it. And what I mean when I say in on it, I mean you, even if it's not like that, you want to know what the two of you are actually doing. But there's a bigger picture to this, and you're going to understand why, because of the Moon and the Page of Wands. So to back up and give you a bigger picture, the Knight of Cups is you, the Moon, the interaction between you and someone else, and then you have the Page of Wands, which is about, you're very attractive right now, and there's the proof. You're very attractive to a lot of other people right now, Capricorn. The situation for you is, how is it that you ultimately want to play this? Because, again, I just showed you the evidence. You have options. It's just a matter of how you want to actually go about carrying this out. Do you want to date? Do you want friends with benefits? Do you want, do you want a mixture of the two? Now, granted, if you're going to do a mixture of the two, you need to be a little bit more wise. You need to be a little bit more wise about how it is that you actually handle your business. And what I mean by that is be very clear about how it is that the two of you actually interact with each other. But you still have options nonetheless. And the moon also represents, if you are getting to know somebody right now, Capricorn, keep that type of interaction that you are having between yourself and the other person. The more people you get into this, that is privy to this, of you and this other person, is the worse it's going to get for you and the other person. Because the more people know the two of y'all business. One of the worst mistakes that I ever made, right? As early as 2013, 2012, 2014, right? Was I hanging out with 2014? I guess so. But whatever. Mainly 2012 and 2013. One of the worst things that I could have went ahead and did is essentially kind of let everybody know about me and such, because I had individuals that would specifically want to now try to smash the same individual, right, that I was going after, simply because I was talking to them. Now, of course, y'all already know what I think. I think that's weird. It's like, why is it that some people only want to smash only the particular people that you talking about and try to like flirt with them? I don't understand what that's about. But to each their own, I guess. But the point is that that's what it is that I'm talking about. You'll have jealous and envious-minded individuals that would deliberately make it a point to try to ruin the interaction between yourself and this person or whatnot, because they have an attraction to you. And regardless of whether they have your anatomy or not is irrelevant. Those are people who are secretly in love with you. That's why it is that they got to interject themselves into your equation. So it's about keeping y'all's relationships quiet, right? The less you say, in particular, Capricorn, is the better you are. Don't even tell, you know what I mean? Don't even tell your friends about who it is that you're hanging out with. Your friends will only supposed to know, right? Like that, unless you want to tell them, of course, but don't be running around telling all your so-called friends like that, because not all of them are really your friends. Now, the only types of situations that they should know is if you want to tell them, or they're kind of spotting you around town, seeing y'all hanging out together and whatnot, So now the Sun and the Empress, okay, is about because the two of y'all like each other, and the two of y'all maybe have even like had some sort of romantic fun, and now maybe but maybe privately been getting to know each other, and now it's like the two of y'all now want to start hanging out with each other a little bit more, and the feeling is mutual. The feeling is oh, okay, okay, yeah. The feeling is mutual. However, and this is something that I'm doing a knowledge to right now. Make sure that this person really wants this, okay? If you know what I'm saying, like, pay attention to how they are, because that's another thing too. When it comes to the streets persona and the persona of what happens when the two of y'all are hanging out, you really want to watch that, because that's another thing too that could ultimately mess it up. And the reason why I say that is because I've seen that actually play out as well, personally, you know what I mean, with myself, where me and the person vibing, we're like this, we're really good up in here in the apartment, and then when we go out to the streets or whatnot, and we go into the store or something like this to get some chips or something like that, or whatever else we was getting, Now all of a sudden it's, oh, now they ain't trying to hold hands. Now they want to act like they tough, right? Now they want to, I'm not trying to really hold hands with you, but you was holding hands up with me up at the apartment though, So of course, obviously that would throw me through a loop, right? When I was younger, like 10 years ago, 11 years ago. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, the reason why I'm saying that is because the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups, you Capricorns may end up getting, and the King of Pentacles represents Capricorn. So a lot of you Capricorns may end up getting a little bit fed up with this. Like, they need to come up with a decision as to whether or not they're really going to be straightforward with you or not, and actually roll with you, or if this thing is just short term. Because the Eight of Cups represents, you're starting to get frustrated at, at how it is that, they playing it a little bit too scared. That's another thing too that I've noticed that too, is when somebody plays it very scared. That's part of the reason why I decided not to really date in the U.S. as well, because the way that a lot of people date is stupid. All these secrets, they and then a lot of people be wondering why it is that they end up having families that they did not plan for, and all of this stuff. And it's like, because you like playing stupid games. And then on both sides, people will swear out that they don't know anything about this, but it's like, yes, you did. Don't have me start saying what it is, because what about the times where I was hanging out with you and you moved the goalpost and y'all was wasting my time and playing games with me and acting like this and acting like that, when I could have just went home. And I ain't even have to come at you like this, you know what I mean? But I could have just went ahead and went home. You sitting over here wasting my time. That's one thing that I honestly dislike. One thing that I dislike is when somebody that you're trying to get to know is like, do you want to come upstairs? Then you're like, then it's like, okay, all right, sure. And then they move the goalpost, and then it's like, this is the reason, this is what I'm talking about, why it is that I said it. These games need to be eliminated. It's because this is the same scenario of what I'm talking about, Capricorn. It's the idea of you Capricorns could be thinking something one way, where you could have been thinking that maybe the two of you are actually going somewhere, getting somewhere. Maybe the two of you are actually going to be in a relationship or something like this, or you're working on it. And that maybe it just started off a little bit quickly, and it just started off like a whirlwind, but the two of you can actually gain some form of stability. And here they go. This person is BSing and, moving a goalpost, and, 1 minute they're good, the next minute they're not. You know what I mean? And then the Star card now represents. So, okay. I'm starting to understand it better now. I'm starting to get it better now. It takes me a minute for me to have a bigger picture, because I'm reading 1 to 2 cards at a time, right? Sometimes I see the bigger picture. Sometimes it's more cloudy. Look, so what it is this. You Capricorns hit it off with somebody. The two of y'all ended up clicking, but it started off kind of quickly, right? This is this. So maybe the two of y'all had something that was supposed to be one night, but then y'all kept each other's numbers. Maybe there was no kind of discussions being made. Maybe there was discussions being made. However, even though you Capricorns are holding up your end of the bargain, right? And with the Sun card, the Empress is about, this person is trying to act brand new. So now it's like the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. You Capricorns ain't got time for that, because ultimately it really is quite stupid. It really is quite stupid about how this person, is like going back on the things that they said when they didn't even have to. Because the truth is that for you Capricorns, y'all are cold when y'all are ready. So it's not like if this person told you that they didn't want to get to know you like that, and they didn't want anything special with you, that it's like you super young and that you can't handle it and you're inexperienced. It's like, no, you're not green. You Capricorns definitely know, how to handle it and how not to necessarily bug out the, you Capricorns who are more composure, right? So they didn't do all that. They decided to waste time. And the star card represents, here it is that they now are playing like they're brand new. Now they're trying to act like they some star. When you're trying to get a hold of them, now they're not answering their phone and they playing games, and they hard to essentially get a hold to or of. So we need to see how this thing is going to end now. So let's clarify the star card, right? This is real stupid as far as how this person played it. I really hope that this person does not come to the internet crying and complaining about when they were trying to, get with somebody and how the person did them the same way. They never actually think about how it is that they got done as well. So to clarify the star card, you have the Devil, the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and then you have the Ace of Swords to clarify the star card. So this is what it is that I'm talking about, though, right? They just did the very same thing that I said that they would do. The Devil card, the Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. These three cards right here, right? The Queen of Swords is them. And the Devil and the Four of Pentacles is you. But the Devil represents Capricorn, so you showed up in your own reading. But there's a flip to it. And what I mean by that is, this is how it is that they're perceiving you. They're scapegoating you in the sense that here comes the games. They're trying to play all these types of stupid games with you for no reason or whatever the case may be. You know those types of games when you're a really decent person. And that obviously, you're not perfect, but in essence, you're a decent person. And you'll have people that'll try to get you on your nerves and get you tight, get you to rage out, hulk out, then they'll film it. Or like maybe they didn't film it, but like they'll blame you for a bunch of goofy stuff. They'll just, they'll just be stupid and just come up with all types of gobbledygook as to why it is that they don't rock with you now all of a sudden, just like that. And there's no real particular reason that they can actually pronunciate or speak as to why it is that they have a problem with you. They just wanted to cause smoke. Yeah, that's what it is that this person is doing. The truth is, they can't handle being in a relationship with you because they're highly dysfunctional. And unfortunately, it's a learning lesson. It's a life lesson for you Capricorns. And the life lesson is, honestly speaking, the life lesson is be wary of the people that you have had a very fast run-in with. Don't be so fast. You gotta, feel out everyone in general. And what I mean when I say feel, obviously it's metaphor, right? I'm trying to say, you have to clarify everything because everybody is so sensitive now. Everybody is trying to get everybody to be caught up using their own words. What I mean when I say feel out everybody, right? It's metaphorical, meaning that be patient with how it is that you get to know people. Get to know people enough to where you're asking them questions, but you're not glossing over anything, but go fast enough to where you're actually reaching milestones, right? And the Queen of Swords represents, that's exactly their game and how they're playing it with you. The Ace of Swords is about how you, Capricorns, you knew that they was going to do this all the time. That's why it is that your heart's so cold. Because this is the type of stupid games that people are out here playing. And honestly speaking, Capricorn, I really don't put you at fault, honestly. This is what it is that I mean. Like this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, like, I understand why it is that y'all are cold, because it's the same reason why Gemini is cold, same reason why Virgo is cold. right? It's the same reason why Aquarius is cold, same reason why Pisces is cold, same reason why a lot of you Capricorns are cold. It's because people be playing in love. People be people be moving the goalposts. They be wasting time. They be trying to act like, you know what I mean? Everybody wants to inflate their ego, and everybody is super duper, super. Oh, they're more valuable than what they actually are, and switching, moving the goalpost, and two-faced and not meant to be trusted. And sometimes, to be quite honest with you, I get it, because sometimes, I'm not saying that I don't understand you sometimes. I'm saying that I get it. Sometimes it's hard to tell when so many people are putting on different faces according to the situations, because it seems like everybody fake. But that's not really what it is. It's just that the majority of people are fake. But that's not every single person in the world, though. And to be on a more brighter note, to end things on a more brighter note, the time for all of that goofy gobbledygookness is actually coming to an end.